buy a Japanese copy of the game. You also have to either buy a Japanese GameCube or a Japanese Wii. Alright, one more run. Whoops, that's not a run. That's also not a run. This time for real. But actually, so when I was talking about earlier how, so because NTSC is faster, that's what caused like a big improvement in the times. I'm not saying that that's the only reason. Like Desert is actually like good at the game, because to get a 2 cycle on NTSC is pretty difficult, as I've probably been able to show off today with terrible run after terrible run. But yeah, but it's like the switch to like NTSC is like the big thing that has caused times to go down. Say times to go down, world record to go down. Funny enough though, I reckon I could still get Nami world record on PAL if I just did a run that, if I did an actual good run. Because my PB for that is awful, and the world record isn't that much shorter, I don't think. Yeah, world record is only like a little over a minute faster than my run, and I can save way more than a minute on Nami. Obviously, I'm not saying I would run Nami on PAL if I were to, but because the problem, nobody wants to run Nami because it's a terrible category. It's just so unfun. Hopefully though, if it does turn out to be faster to grow turnips and to make pickled turnips for her, then that will improve it a bit. Because usually the run starts off with sleeping until, so it starts off with the 6-minute intro, and then it starts off sleeping with, and then it goes on to sleeping until fall, because the best items you can get for her are, well, the most consistent items you can get for her are the flowers that grow in the fall, the blue trick flowers. So once you actually get into the game, you sleep all the way until fall, and it's painfully boring, and then it's complete luck as to whether or not she'll actually even be in the valley that day. And if she isn't, then that's basically pretty much rip run. But if it turns out that growing pickled turnips, or growing turnips and then cooking them for her is better, then the run will actually be a little bit more interesting. It'll still be like massive RNG, and you'll still have to sleep all the way through spring just to do anything, because turnips don't grow in spring either. So I said either, like, no, I guess yeah, either could, because the blue trick flowers don't grow in spring. But yeah, so the earliest you can grow the turnips is summer. And you can give her a blue trick flower and pickled turnips on the same day, similar to how you can give Muffy milk and a flower on the same day. So there's potential for Nami to be slightly more interesting, but I think it'll take a bit of convincing for more people to run it. Whoa, look at that time save. Too much time save to handle. Okay, so I'm kind of hoping to get, like the first day in my previous run was actually kind of good. The fact that I got the double cuts, the double talking. The problem is that's a bit, like, the double talking is a bit random. Like, I used to think there was, like, it was determined by whether or not you got a cutscene recently. But I don't think it is. I think it's just completely random. But hopefully it shows up a few times. That would be quite nice of it. Okay, not today. So I know he's going to turn up because I know I can get it because if the first when you talk to her and when you get the dialogue, when you get the option box for her, if the second answer is just to see you, which is the one you're supposed to pick, if that appears, then you can talk to her again, and you'll get the other one where the option you want to pick is the first one. I also have a feeling I'm going to be slightly behind. I'm slightly worried that I'm going to miss the mine. Not the mine. I'm like, when I get to her tomorrow, she's going to be working. Because it's like 12:30. Yeah, I'm a little worried. This seems really slow. So I'm going to try and get the doors as early as possible. So when you interact with the door, your character will walk up to like a certain point, I guess, and then go through it. And usually you want to be as close to that point as possible so that you have less walking, because you walk a little bit slower than you would do, but than you do when you're controlling it. But time doesn't pass during this thing whilst you're doing this, so it's a bit, so it can save a bit of in-game time if you're rushing. Right, so that's okay. That's 2.5 a day. Yes, that's 6. Okay. That's not terrible. Still waiting on. Still would like to get a double talking point, but having 6 on the first day is still better than or on the second day. It's still better than the regular day. One thing I kind of missed from the PAL version is usually you'd go to the mine on Spring 3 on the PAL version, and by then the flowers that you pick up on the first day would have respawned. But because they haven't respawned just yet on the next day, you have to go slightly further to get some flowers. And it really doesn't make a difference because you have to waste time here anyway. But it means you have a little bit less time to spend in the mine, which can sometimes make or break a run. Right, so let's hope for some good luck here. So I'm looking for coins or moon ores. That's the coin, that's good. That's a fossil, that's not so good. Okay. So I'm kind of good for items now. I'm gonna try and like I don't need to leave the mine just yet. I'm gonna try and get one more item. Okay. If this item is good, then let's... Okay. So getting 3 is really good, and it may look like I'm a bit later than usual, but if I manage to get... if I only have to do 5 days, so I've already done 2, and the 5th day will be Summer 1 when I go to propose to her. Only having to do 2 more days means I won't actually spend enough time to go past midnight, but by waiting a little bit longer, then I will. So if you have to do an extra day, then it's not really beneficial and it will cost you time, because it will mean the final day will be a little bit closer and it'll be a little bit harder to make before she starts working. But because that's not the case, I can afford to spend a little bit of time. And because I managed to get another item I needed, it was in the end worth it. So this one's looking like it's pretty good at the moment. Like I know it says, hey, I'm behind, but I think I will save time here. I hope at least. Okay, so yeah, I'm on 6 today, I believe. Yeah, so it's just 2 more items until I split. It's going to be about even. There you go. Right, it's a bit worrying because now I'm worried I might talk to Griffin. Okay, no double talking today either. So I'm on 9.5, I believe. Yeah. So one thing I'm slightly worried about is the fact that I know it looks like I'm not massively behind now and I could definitely save it. But the thing that I don't really like is... So the PB I'm comparing against I got at the beginning of this stream. But I was like 40 or so seconds behind at this point. Like, I was quite far behind. So the fact that I'm not saving time is a little bit worrying. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay. I'm ahead, yay! Damn it. Okay, so now on 11. There's a whole party back here. Everyone's just clipping into each other. I didn't actually want to talk to you, matey. So it's at 13. Where's the door? Oh, wow, okay. That's dumb. So I got a double talking point, but because I wasn't expecting it, because I didn't actually think I was talking to her. Where's the setup shot thing? Right, hopefully that stopped Van. If that stopped Van, then I'm a god. I think it did. Nice. Okay, so what are they on? What's she on? 14, I want to say? Yeah, she was on 14 with the talking point. So I could have had her on 15 if I got the double talking point, but because I got really good luck in the mine, I can just go to the next cycle. And actually, so... And I am going to get early blue feather, which is good, so I can just sleep until someone out. So... If I actually manage to finish this run, I think this should be a PB. It just kind of depends on whether or not I will finish it. So actually, maybe I should explain it. So there are two different ways of avoiding Van. One is by just being inside. The other is by setting up your own market. So it may have looked like I did that for no reason, but trust me, setting up your own market is definitely faster than letting Van talk, like yell about his market and fuck up your camera angle. Because for whatever reason, when Van like announces the setup shop, your camera change it like faces the opposite direction, or it points so it's facing your face, which if you've seen the game, you'll want it facing, like you'll want your camera behind you, but for some reason Van announcing his shop places it in front of you, which is kind of irritating. So not only did setting up my stall there, setting up my stall stalled him. Haha. No, it stopped him from setting up his, so that saved me like a little bit of time. Obviously, if he just doesn't come at all, that's better. But sometimes you just can't help it. Okay, there was definitely rain there, so hopefully my cow doesn't die. I think I'm too close to like where I want the run to end for my cow to die in time. Okay, wow. I really thought that was going to be the last day, or that was going to be the cutscene, but apparently not. And it's been raining all day, so... Ooh, I really hope my cow doesn't die, because that would kill what is a pretty good run, I think. How many points was I on? I was on 14, I think. I think I'm going to avoid giving her the milk. I don't know, depending on what time I'm at, I might just give her the flour, the ore, and talk to her. It depends, because if I'm close to world record, then I think I might risk it. If I'm not, then because it's a couple minutes before my PB, I won't risk it. I mean, the only thing is it's going to be like, oh, do I give her like the milk for an extra 0.5? I don't think it will make that much of a difference, but I mean, it could. Okay, well, my cow hasn't died. I don't think I can world record, just because of how long like the cutscene's gonna take. So I think I'm gonna play it safe just so I can actually finish the run. Okay, I'm not going to give the milk, but I'm going to give her the flour instead. Okay, so this is going to be, this should like definitely be a PB, I think. Hey Sugarlicious, how's it going? I've been managing to get this like last split down quite a bit, which is quite good. Oops. It's a bit of a late split because I missed my space bar, but that's good. 26:31. That's less than a minute away from world record. So